and actually have a great coupon code for you also. Just want to double check. I think I look okay here. I don't look too blurry. For some reason, it's not looking as close as it typically does. Let me see how everything looks. Okay, I'll just get a little closer, maybe turn off the lights a little bit. That might help here too, just with that camera. So I think this will look a little bit better. There we go. I think that's a better clear. So, hey Godfather, thank you for being here. Appreciate the first comment here of the night. So as I mentioned before, it's going to be about Invicta watches. 5 different items here today, and I also have a coupon code. So here's a coupon code. Let me just double check I have it correct. Yep, all right here. I mean, it's been hot in Minnesota. I think it's been hot everywhere. Right here. Heat 20. Heat 20 will save you 20% off during the course of the live stream here tonight on your orders of $99 or more, which will qualify here for everything tonight that I have for Invicta. Okay, very good. Hey, Phil is here, Sandy is here, and Tim Shaw, thank you very much for being here. Appreciate you guys tuning in here tonight. So just a couple quick things, as we do always in the first couple minutes of the live stream, is follow Shop HQ. Follow Shop HQ on all their social media platforms. That is on TikTok, that's on Instagram, that is X, Facebook, YouTube, Pinterest. Sign up for their text alerts, sign up for their email alerts, so you know what's going on. I just got an email alert a little bit ago saying that I was going on in 15 minutes. So that's pretty cool. And then also check out Shop HQ's other product categories. Just like back in the old days, Shop HQ has a variety of different products out there. It's just not about watches. And there are coupons and great pricing that goes along. And there's some live streams even for some fashion out there too with some of the people, I'm sure, familiar faces that you know. And then follow me. I am the Ryan Code on Instagram, on TikTok, on X, and then it's Invicta Ryan on Facebook too. So I'd love to see your follows here. Hey, George, thank you. Long time no see. And Lewis, hey, this will be your first Invicta. Very good. Well, I have some stuff here tonight. Lewis, if you're looking for something, let me know in specific, or you have any other questions. I always try to read the comments here and answer them. So, all right, well, we're going to kick off. Remember, you guys, maybe some of you just tuned in right here. Heat 20 for your orders of, you get 20% off your orders of $99 or more tonight. So it has to be done here tonight during the live stream. Okay, well, let's start off here with the very first watch, and let me just get it up here on the program. Let me see real quick. Let me just double check real quick online. Yeah, okay, that's going to be it. Okay, so the first item I have 2 different choices. It's going to be the Poseidon. Now, the Poseidon has been a part of the Sub-Aqua collection, really a series of the Sub-Aqua collection, Sub-Aqua being one of the top collections of Invicta, and actually one of my favorite collections because there's just so much freedom for creativity that went along with this particular collection, where the designers were able to just be like, okay, let me envision something and let me go off in a direction that has never been seen in the watch industry before. And really, I think it's a huge makeup of the Sub-Aqua collection. Now, what we have here are 2 I have 2 out of the different color choices that we have. I think there are 5 that are available. There's 1 that's actually sold out. 2 that are sold out, 2 colors. So what we have right here, this is technically called, right here, the 54, oh, sorry. I'm gonna start with the Fusion. I mean, I'll just go with the Sub-Aqua here. Let me go to it. Okay, so we're gonna start with the Sub-Aqua right here, the Poseidon. So what this is here, it's called the 55 millimeter Sub-Aqua Poseidon quartz chronograph silicone strap watch. Okay, now there are 5 color choices I mentioned before. I believe one of them are sold out, and a couple of the options, I'll give you some quantities, are pretty scarce. So let's just check this out for a second. I just love initially, look at the dial configuration, the bezel. You can have tridents that I'll be pointing out on the watch here. I mean, all around silicone strap, you don't need to adjust. Easy to read, definitely noticeable on the wrist. And yeah, I mean, there are some larger watches during the course of the live stream. The smallest one is going to be a Scuba at 48 millimeters. So it's a little bit bigger watches, and you guys have been asking for that. So we want to dedicate a show a little bit more catered to that. Okay, so here we go. We have 5 different color choices. Now, I have the rose tone olive, and there are less than 3 dozen that are left. There's a rose tone, which I have in my hot little hand right here. This rose tone, there are only 2 left. Only 2 left. And those are the only color samples I actually have, but there are a couple other versions. There is a blue white, which is sold out, a silver champagne, which are there only 3, and silver tone, gold tone, about a dozen. So if you're looking for either that silver champagne or right here, that rose bezel dial, I believe is how you're ordering, you have to place your order. And then remember, use Heat 20, you'll get 20% off. And speaking of price, what we're looking at is an MSRP of $13.95. Shop HQ took that down 86% to $199.99. And using that coupon code HEAT20 takes it from $199.99 down to $159.99. Now that's a great deal, okay? For everything that goes along here with this watch. There are even a couple reviews that go along. You can look at those, or maybe I'll read them here during the presentation. So let's look at this. I mean, first of all, the watch is completely striking when you're looking straight down to the timepiece. You have bold Arabic numerals that will indicate to you either the minute or the second markers. A dual is that here. And then the oversized sort of loom pips or the rider tabs you'll find in 3 different locations. I'll just show you what they look like here in a moment. But I'm just captivated by the dial. That 3-dimensional dial, to me, this looks like the ocean. When you're flying over the ocean, you see those small little waves. It looks like that aerial view of it with that 3-dimensional build here for the dial. You'll be able to see the elongated diamond-shaped hour markers that are a part of the watch here in design. And with this particular movement, we're looking at the VD53 from Time Module Inc. That's a battery-operated movement that tells you the time. It will also tell you right over here your 24-hour scale, chronograph seconds, chronograph minutes, and you do have your date of the month indicator right there. Nice ratcheting unidirectional rotating bezel. And of course, with this being Poseidon, Greek god over the water, always had that pitchfork, which looked like a pitchfork. It's a trident. And now the cool thing is, with this watch, there are tridents all over this timepiece. Now look at this. The most creative one right here. That's right here. That's on the crown protector. So you can see right there. Trident number 1. Trident number 2, you can see that's the high glossy in the center element going down in between the lugs here on the strap. Third one being right here, same spot, just a different location. Fourth, it's a little hard to see, but if I bring in really close on the back hand of the second hand right there, you'll see it's just moving. See that trident that's just going along? Pretty cool. See some hearts for that, thank you. And number 5 on the case back here for the watch. So yeah, there's a lot going along here with this timepiece. I think it looks exceptional. Here it is on my wrist. Now this is a rose tone. Like I said, there are only a couple left in inventory. It even says it on the website. So look at that on the wrist. Here is the olive, the rose tone olive. I believe it's going by bezel and then dial, but you're also getting that olive strap here for this watch. Check that out. So we have that crown protector that goes over here for the crown. And then there's also another element on the side here of the watch where it has Invicta with the name that you'll be able to see that's etched in, which again, visually balances out the design of the case a little bit more instead of it looking a little bit heavy off to that east side of the case. But 100 meters water resistant, mineral crystal on this, $199 down to $159.99 if you use that coupon code here during the course of the live stream, which will be for about another 20 minutes here. 5 different color choices, 1 sold out, 2 are in jeopardy of selling out right now. 2 different color choices, one of them being the rose here, and then I think it's a silver champagne that you can only have. Let me just double check. I got a text. Let me just make sure there's not something wrong with my feed here from you guys. Just want to double check. Okay, I'm all good. Okay. Just wanted to make sure that wasn't Harry just messaging me there. All right, Mike B. Sandy is here. Great timepiece, beauty in all colors. Thank you. Mike B in the house says hi to Ryan and everybody. Great looking timepiece, stunning. Yes, I mean, check that out. Beautiful watch, looks truly amazing. Maybe I'll slap that on my right wrist here. I just have one of my bigger grand divers here. Let me just do that. I'll keep it on the right wrist here during the course of the show. So yeah, beautiful timepiece. I'll get out the cone of sizing because of course I can't do a presentation without the cone of sizing to see what size this watch actually fits up to. I think it will fit more modest sizes. And let's look at it right here. Yeah, about sick, believe that. 6¼ inch wrist. 6¼ inch wrist starting out and making its way all the way up to, and this is a wide strap on this timepiece, making its way all the way up to about 9 inches. So a very, very generous strap here for the watch. Okay, I'll do a couple quick measurements. Oh, I was going to show you guys the lume pips here really quick, the bezel riders on the watch. Let me just bring down the lights really quick. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there we go. Just as dark as I can get. And let's look at the lume here. Oh, check this out. That's on fire. Even from back here, I have light coming in from the side. Check that out, you guys. That's amazing lume on the inside. Okay, even from back here in the light. All right, that's pretty hot. Okay, let's see what else. Yep, the cone, you guys love the cone. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next item. Let me just turn off that light real quick. The next item, I'm going to go a little bit out of order. So the next version is going to be, yes, this watch right here. So we have the Fusion. Phil, love the rose tone green. That's on the wrist, Phil. Let me know if you want to see a closer shot, better shot of it. 2 floating keepers. I actually just put it over one of the keepers there. I could probably bring it in one more notch. Yeah. Unique color. Who would have thought rose tone and that olive color? I think it looks amazing. Okay, here we go. Oh shoot, where's the Fusion? Ah, here it is. Here it is. I got the wrong watch. Okay, next watch is going to be the Fusion. And when we talk about a Fusion with Invicta, it's incorporating different designs from different watches, all encompassed into one particular timepiece. And that's what we have right here. Look at this design. Now, the one thing, the first disclosure right here is I am out, sold out. I am sold out of this blue. However, I do have a red mother of pearl, a black mother of pearl, an olive mother of pearl, and a gold mother of pearl. This one just happened to sell it because it was that blue, you guys. So this one isn't available. If you click above, you can see the different color options that are available. Now, here's the deal. 54 millimeters. I'm going to talk about the different design elements that actually go into this watch. And from there, I think that's, yeah, okay. So let's talk about this. The MSRP, $17.95. Shop HQ took that down 84% to $279.99. And then when you use that coupon code, what is it? HEAT20. That brings this watch down to $223.99, $224. What an absolute stunning timepiece. There are 18 different reviews. Thank you for doing your reviews on Shop HQ, you guys. We are noticing them with your purchases. Continue that. That's helping other people buy and make sound decisions. So yeah, if you're buying something here tonight or at any time, please give a review on Shop HQ's website once that is received. We'd love to be able to see it. All right, let's talk about this watch. Now, every single option here is going to be in the silver tone, but you're just depending on the mother of pearl. That is what you're ordering on. Mother of pearl, and then the coordinating rehots on this. Now, mother of pearl is a beautiful timepiece here within this watch. And so it's an organic material, and then Invicta actually does a color dye treatment to it because it doesn't come in these specific colors. So you get that beautiful red. Like I said, the blue is sold out. You're gonna get the gold tone, different options that go along. Olive mother of pearl also. So pretty amazing here, black mother of pearl. Now there's also, I'll get to the movement. It's a VD53 from Time Module Inc. So you have your 24-hour scale, chronograph seconds, chronograph minutes that go along here with this watch. And you have your calendar date window between that 4th and 5th hour marker. So you can see the little orients, the color shifts that go along, a little bit of that just textured dial from that organic material here for this watch. Now, for this watch to be considered that fusion, as I mentioned, there are a couple different elements from different watches that are all retrofitted and to be combined here with this timepiece. So what you're looking at here is the Venom Generation 3 bezel, which is really the most complex bezel design that I think I've ever seen Invicta make. If you know of another one, I'm happy to stand corrected. Now this piece is 6 This is 6, 12, 13, 14. 14 individual pieces for the bezel alone. So look at this. You have your 6 different bricks, which are going to give you your minute, second increments in tens. And then you have the outer ring here of the bezel. You have the inner ring, which is the full circle. And then within the large scalped edges here, you do have the screws to affix the outer, in a sense, the outer ring to the inner ring on the inside. So that's how everything is put together here for this timepiece. Now, the reason why all the Venoms have those really big scalped edges is because for the divers, the deep divers, when they'd have on their dive gloves, it would be easier with the dive gloves to grab the bezel and to turn and rotate it. So that was a reason, an idea that went behind those oversized scalped edges for the dive bezel on this timepiece. Now, so we talk about the Venom here. Now, what is fused together is a completely different watch from what the original was, and that is going to be the Chaos. And so it's going to be the Chaos here for the bracelet design and case here, where it's this massive tapering that goes along with this highly complex design for the bracelet. So I like the complexity here for the bezel, and then it's complemented and emphasized even further with complexity with the bracelet here. Look at the 3 oversized pins going down the first 3 links. You have a brushed finish and then a high polished finish here that goes along for that 5-link design all the way across. Footlock Safety Divers clasp is going to have the Invicta logo on it too. And look at this. I love this. For the complexity of this watch, with the bracelet, look, it fits around my finger. I mean, that means the watch is going to fit around the wrist just truly amazingly. All right. Hey, look at this. Ripsaw Joe, buddy. Good to see you, man. Phil, I have that Fusion in blue sharp timepiece. Yeah, great. Yes, Mike, this is a heavier watch. 1 second. I have my scale right behind me. I didn't bring it out initially. We are looking at, give me a second. Terms of ounces, 11.7 ounces. If we look at grams, it's going to be 330 grams. Okay. So that's what we're getting here with this watch. So bigger timepiece, looks amazing. Remember, use that coupon code Ripsaw Joe. You just joined. Heat 20 is going to save you 20% off your orders of $99 or more. So it takes this watch from that. The price was what, $199.99, I believe, right? The Fusion, no, sorry, $279.99 down to $223.99. All right. We have 5 different color choices. 1 is sold out. Okay. Very good. Let's see what else. You're welcome, Mike. Yeah, answer that question for you too. Ripsaw Joe, great to hear from you, bud. All right, I'm going to move on to the next item here. I have a total of 5, so we're not even halfway through. It's going to be another big watch for you. All right. Yeah, that's right. Yep. You got it, buddy, Joe. Next item right here. Only 1 color choice. This is cool. And actually, I don't know, it might be the biggest watch. Maybe not. I thought it was going to be bigger than it is. Okay, we're looking at the Coalition Forces. So this watch is a monster. Well, yes, this is a big watch. I mean, it's a big watch show here, doer. But look at this. This one is pretty cool. It's going to be a little bit smaller. But the really cool thing about this Coalition Forces, which is a military inspiration for the watch, is that this has 4 individual movements. 4, so you know what time it is, 4 different areas on the planet. I love this. So we're talking about Coalition Forces. This is technically called the 50 millimeter Coalition Forces Quartz multi-time silicone strap watch. This is the only color choice, which is the light brown. You have a light brown strap. You have basically like a gunmetal that goes along for the color of the case and also the elements for the watch. And then look at this. Look at the case back. You can see right here the 4 different movements through a semi-transparent with a little tint of green that goes along with it. You can actually see some of the batteries on the inside here for the movements also. 4 of them. All right. Here's the deal. $1,095 MSRP. ShopHQ is like, nope, we don't do that. We're going to just put it typically on sale for right around that $179.99. That's 84% off. But then use that coupon code. Where'd it go? Heat 20. This is over $99. You can use this coupon code. Takes this watch from $179.99 down to $143.99. That's good during the course of the show. So here we go with the timepiece. Now let's look at this for a quick moment. Yeah, Doer says that. Ryan, do you still see Jen? Yes, I do see Jen actually quite often. So I will definitely tell her that you say hi. Yeah, that sounds great. I will tell you. I will tell her on your behalf. She'll remember you. All right, let's look at this timepiece here. So what we're looking at are 4 different time zones. So right here, this is for time zone number 1. You have your hour, minute, and second hand. We have a time zone, I have to just double check here. We're looking at 2 and 3 with the crowns right here. And then time zone number 4, right down at the bottom. So you can set this to 4 different hours or 4 different areas on planet Earth and know what time it is here, what time it is in Hong Kong, what time it is in Sweden, what time it is in Hawaii, and also Central Time. So pretty cool stuff with this. And I love the price after that coupon code down to $143.99. All right, beautiful timepiece. Look at this. You just get the oversized crown. You have the other 2 crowns here, crown off to this side. Elements that go along inside of the strap too that are all done in that gunmetal. Let's do a couple quick measurements here as we go along. And let's see. Here we go. So if we're looking at the crystal size is going to be what? Almost 40 millimeters. 10-4 for this watch is going to be right at that 50. So it is a little bit smaller than I thought for 4 different movements on the inside. Almost 18 millimeters on the overall profile. And right here, about what's that, 25 millimeters, and then it's going to taper down to what, about 24 millimeters. So amazing timepiece, really cool, military inspired for this watch. And I don't know, I think just the hands maybe might loom up, but on some of these watches, you're not going to get too much loom because, you're going to get a little bit more than I thought. Let's look at this really quick in the dark. Let me bring down the lights. All right, here we go. Lights are down. Quick charge. Actually, this lights up way more than I thought. So you can see on the inside. Just trying to show you the best I can. You're getting everything that goes here, 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 and up here. It's a little hard to see, but you are getting like the loom for all the little individual hour numbers on the inside too. That's pretty sweet. Okay, here, I'll just do it one more time here. Let's see if I can charge it up a little bit extra for you and then show you. See that, guys? There you go. You get an idea right there. Okay. That's great. Okay, let's see what else we have going on here. All right, this is the only option here. We have movements from Time Module Inc., the PC movements, which are like the movements that you'll find in some of the smaller timepieces. That's how they can get actually 4 of them in here with this particular watch design. Anything else further? I had to do the cone of sizing. We're looking at mineral crystal and 17 millimeters. I do the profile. Yeah, 17, 18 millimeters in the overall profile. Cone of sizing. Joe, if you haven't been here for a while, everybody loves this cone for some reason. I don't know why, if it's because I put the green tape on it or what, but it should have a fan club. Okay, we're looking at about 6 1/4 inch wrist size, all the way up to, Ali is here. Thank you, bud, for being back. All the way up to about a 9-inch wrist size. 9-inch wrist size on this watch. Ali, this watch right here was the first watch I presented. It's actually number 1. I can pin it for a quick second here. Hold on, I'll just pin it for you. It's the Poseidon. There are, I think, 4 or 5 different color choices. It's up right now. If you want to click, I have to go back here to this watch here in 5 seconds. But if you want to see what this watch is, this version, and then there's also right here, the rose tone. This is rose tone, olive, rose tone. There are 3 other color choices. There are only 2, as I know, that are left in that color version, unless it already sold out. Okay. All right, back to the coalition forces. Here we go for another minute or so. Okay, you guys, that's about it here for the time on this watch. I'm going to move on because I have 2 watches left. All right, let me just scroll down to my next item. So we're going to go with the Bolt next. bolt is going to be right here. Okay, next version is going to be the bolt. 51 millimeter. I have most of the colors, I think, that are actually available here for this watch. And so the bolt, I was on the first show modeling when the bolt came out, I believe it was 2008 with Generation 1. So that watch was just an absolute smash hit and really catapulted this timepiece. If you have a Bolt Zeus, this is related to it. So the Bolt collection has that cable incorporated into all the different designs of the watch. So I'll go through all the different colors in a moment, but this is a gold tone version right here. And it's called the 51 millimeter Bolt Quartz Chronograph Bracelet Watch. 6 different color choices, and I'll go through this in a minute, but here's the deal. Price, $995. Sale price, 85% off. Regular sale price, down to $149.99. I think that's absolutely brilliant for this, but this watch also qualifies for Heat 20 during this live stream. So if you apply Heat 20, it takes this watch from $149.99 down to $119.99. $119.99, all right? Yeah, you're welcome, Ali. All right, let's go through the different color choices for $119.99 during the live stream. This is referred to as the gold tone. All right. The next color choice is going to be then the two-tone. Two-tone right here. You have the 18 karat gold and also that natural color, that silver tone. Then here is just the silver tone. However, it will have that gold cable plated in 18 karat gold. That is a hot color choice also. And then I have the gold blue. Check out that gold blue. And here we go. Here is the gold black. Gold black for this version. All right. Let's see. Lynn is here, missing you and the others on TV. Sad news about Kendi. Yeah, I know. Very, very sad. Ripsaw Joe is talking about that also. Sandy also says sharp watch. I agree. Let's look at this here. So on the wrist, I have a smaller wrist, under 7-inch. Still looks amazing. Total presence. What I like to do is I like to show this right here. Pretty boring, right? Okay, right there. What is that? For $120? Bam, I just upped my game right there. Yeah, I agree, Sandy. No bad choice. All right, let's look at this on the inside just a little bit closer here for this bolt. So we have the VD53 from Time Module Inc. on the inside. You're going to see it does say Japanese mover, Japan movement here for the timepiece. We do have 100 meters of water resistance here. Mineral crystal, that's a part of it. Cone of sizing. Cone of sizing says this watch, holy smokes, 9¼ inch wrist. That's very, very impressive. Let's go to a different color choice here as we talk about just a couple other things and do a couple quick measurements here. So here we go. All right, we're looking at the crystal size here for the watch. Crystal size is going to be 36 millimeters. Overall case, 10:4. Yep, we're looking at that 51 millimeters. Profile sitting above the wrist is going to be 18 millimeters. Bracelet starts out right at the lug area. What is that, 29 millimeters? That'll taper down quite a bit, all the way down to under 26 millimeters. And if we go to lug, sometimes people like this. I know Bob Cohen likes the lug-to-lug measurement. We are looking at, what does it say? 58 millimeters? Okay. Another amazing timepiece, you guys. If you're looking for weight to price, this is by far the best deal here. If you're looking like, hey, I want a heavy watch, I want the best price per ounce or per gram, you're looking at it if that's what you want to roll with. But fantastic. All right, here are the different colors out the door right here. So we have gold blue. I have gold black. Right here is the next one. This is gold tone, but it will have a little silver on the bezel. Here's the silver tone. Gold, you have the 18 karat gold plated cable design. And then the final color choice, can't go wrong with this. Two-tone right there. Two-tone. That looks amazing. Oh, real quick, let's just see what the lume looks like. I think it's actually blue if I remember correctly on this watch. Let's take a quick peek. And I was right. Here we go. You can see that blue. whenever we'd have blue loom on a watch, Kendi would sing blue loom. I can't sing. She could though, but she would always say that, blue loom. All right, let's see. Yeah, good looking watch. Yep, wears well too. Okay, let's go on to the final option, you guys. Thank you for the hearts. All right, final option here today. Where to go? I think this is it right here. Let me just double check that this is the correct one on the screen. And uh-oh. Oh, you know what? Yeah, Pro Diver Quartz. Let me just double check. Pro Diver Quartz. For some reason, I think, yeah, shoot. Okay, we have different variants. So the color variant I have is just a little different. Shoot. Okay. So, you know what, you guys? I don't have the exact sample here for this watch right at my desk because it was written out pretty much the same here for the watch. That's all right. So I guess I'll end everything just a little bit earlier in a second because it doesn't quite line up. I have this watch here, and I have the one I have pinned right now. It's just a little bit different. So the names are so similar. Every now and then something slips through the crack, but we had 4 already, you guys. So if you're looking at the Poseidon right here, amazing timepiece. Here's the other color choice, the rose tone with the olive rose tone, if that's even available. There were 2 at the beginning of the show. I think there are 4 different color choices available here for the Fusion, where you have the Venom Generation 3 bezel, and then you have the Chaos that goes along here. We have the Coalition Forces with the 4 different time zones that are inside of this watch, which is truly awesome. And I think even one of the coolest parts of this watch, nobody's ever gonna see, that's gonna be that semi-transparent case back where it has a little tint of that green. You can see all 4 of those movements on the inside. Really cool. Then we have here, the final option that I got to present tonight is right here. This is the Bolt, that 51 millimeter, down to $119.99. After you use that coupon code, you guys, HEAT20, HEAT20. So use that here for these watches. I think you can possibly use that for anything else on the website here, maybe if it's in the next 15, 20 minutes. So go ahead and do that, you guys. All right, yeah, Ripsaw loves a two-tone. I'll show that really quick. So here we go. There is the two-tone right there. Two-tone here for this timepiece. So yeah, absolutely brilliant, you guys. Hey, thank you so much. I will be on TikTok tomorrow with Shop HQ, and that will be both tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for an hour on Shop HQ on TikTok. Have some different watches, I believe, that will be on there. If you guys want to stick around for that or want to tune in, would love to. If you need to find out where it is for sure, you can send me a note at the Ryan Code on Instagram. That's my new handle. I changed from Invicta Ryan to the Ryan Code. I'll send you a link to that, or find me also on TikTok. And I'll be on Shop HQ, not on the Ryan Code, but on Shop HQ on TikTok. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Joe, Ripsaw Joe, good to see you again, bud. So pretty awesome seeing you guys here. Sandy, Mike, everybody else. Doer, Ali was here too. Let me just see who else. Mike B in the house is here. Godfather is the first one who commented. I know also Lewis, George, Tim Shaw, also Sandy and Phil. Thank you guys so much. Have a great night. I will also be back here next Wednesday, same time, same platform. Tomorrow and Friday, we'll be on TikTok at 7:30 on Shop HQ. Have a great night, everybody, and hopefully